All right, I am back on the trail. I am back at Cascade River State Park. Today I'm doing the almost 8-mile loop trail that goes up the river and down the river. I'm starting from the top and going down the river, which is actually clockwise, even though it's recommended to go counterclockwise, because the trout got to cross the Trout Creek, which has no bridge, but river and creek waters have been real low this time of year, so I have no problem crossing today. It'll be an adventure if it's got more water in it then. But as you can see behind me right here, that right there is Lookout Mountain that I was on top of at the last hike. So what we're gonna do is I'm parked at the top of the trailhead here, and I'm gonna take go southbound basically, Sobo, down to pretty much Cascade River State Park. Kind of probably take it right down to the lake and head back up. So temperatures today are pretty much the same as my last hike. It's about 50 degrees right now. It's pretty much supposed to stay about 50 degrees today. I really wanted to camp this trip, but the camp isn't going to happen. It's supposed to, about 6 o'clock tonight, it's supposed to start a steady rain, and that's not supposed to stop for 2 days. So a camp out just wasn't in the books tonight. So it's going to be a day hike, but it shouldn't be too long, being, you know, less than 8 miles for this trail, this loop trail. But we say we get this party started. Something I forgot to mention in the intro video, the side of the creek that I'm hiking down right now, the side that I'm going Sobo down, which is the east side of the river, I believe, is actually the original Superior hiking trail. I'm not sure how many years ago they switched it to the other side of the river, but I'm assuming that's for campsites and whatnot, because all the campsites, there's two campsites on the west side of the river, and the only campsite on this side is at the very bottom by Cascade State Park, right on Trout Creek, which was actually one of the campsites I was looking to stay at. So when I get there, I'm gonna check it out, and hopefully it's not too amazing, because then I'd feel bad that I don't get to camp there. But yeah, so this is the original Superior hiking trail on this side. So once I switch over to the other side, that's the new Superior hiking trail. But since this was the old side and that's the new side, they were smart and made a loop trail out of it. There's not too many loop trails on the Superior hiking trail, but this is one of them, and it's a really good one with the Cascade River, so it should be a good hike. here I am at the first set of cascades along the Cascade River. It's beautiful. I love how the valley goes up behind me right there. You can see just gorgeous. Yeah, first little set of cascades of many more to come, I would assume. Well, I'm starting to realize the trail's going to take me a little bit longer to get through than I originally thought. I mean, just look at these cascades going down the Cascade River. Just beautiful. I'm going to be stopping so much. I feel like I'm never going to finish this loop trail. Just gorgeous area. Well, here I've stopped again, but this is pretty cool right here. See this giant rock face. That is pretty cool. It just goes right down into the river, and behind me we got some more cascades. They just don't end on the Cascade River. Well, I was wondering why this trail they were saying was so challenging until I just got right here. And it's, mind you, I've already been going up a good ways anyway before I broke out the camera. This is pretty steep. This is quite the workout. So now I see where the challenging part came in. It's been pretty rooty and rocky, but I feel like this was, so far, is the most challenging part. And as you can tell from the corner, it just keeps going. Well, I just made it to the top of that insane climb. And can't really see it from here on the camera, but back behind those bushes there, you got views of Lake Superior. I was kind of wondering when I started to get close to the top, it's like we better have a goddamn view or something to reward me for this damn climb. That was that was a beast of a climb. But not sure how far I'm on the trail. I'm about to check my maps, but really no points of interest on this side aside from the river. But climb over this fallen tree. But really my only point of interest besides the river on this side of the trail is Trout Creek. So the Trout Creek campsite. So hopefully I'll be there shortly, and hopefully it's got some nice views of the creek. Whoa, did you just hear that tree? I don't need that tree falling on me. Should I pass? Jesus. It's leaning right on the trail too. I don't like that at all. Let's just quickly go past that tree. Jesus, you hear that? That thing is gonna go any moment. Jesus. That's a first on the trail for me. Man, that tree was creaking and it is ready to go. All it needs is a good gust of wind. That's a big one too. God, I can hear it creaking from way over here. That thing is ready. But I'll break out some more video once I probably get to Trout Creek. So we'll see. Well, I'm at the Trout Creek campsite and I found a beautiful little tent pad right there that would have looked out over the Cascade River for me. So that's too bad. It would have been a nice campsite for me. It's kind of off from the fire ring, but like I said, you can hear the river. The river's right here, and the fire rings are just right over here. And on the other side of the fire rings is Trout Creek, which is the campsite. So nice. And there's another fire ring kind of back there. I'll walk over there because that's kind of walking towards Trout Creek. And so as far as the guidebook telling you Trout Creek might not be passable, well, here's the other fire ring. And this one kind of looks out over Trout Creek right there. But as I come closer to Trout Creek, I can show you Trout Creek is bone dry. There is nothing in this creek, so it's definitely passable. All right, now I'm getting close to the Cascade River State Park Visitor Center. The trails are wider, a little more kept up. There's a nice view of Lake Superior out there. Let me see if I can. There we go. Got a little view of it there. But you can already hear people down by the river and people talking, so you know you're getting close to the visitor center when you start to hear people. Alright, I made it to my split, where before I took off down that way. Now I take off down the famous 96 steps. So we will see how many steps there really are. I'm not going to count, but I'm going downhill, so it doesn't really matter to me. Well, that wasn't as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Of course, going downhill is a whole lot easier. See, they want you to go counterclockwise on the trail so they can screw you and make you do that 96 steps. You go clockwise like me and you don't have to worry about it. Oh, sorry about the sun there. But yeah, you go clockwise with the trail and then you ain't got to go up those 96 steps. You can happily go down them. So, but now I'm on the new side of the Superior hiking trail, so there'll be a couple campsites along here. I think Cut Log is one of them, and then I can't remember the name of the other one, but if they're cool, I'll take some video. But other than that, the river is the highlight. Whoa. You can see the river right there, so beautiful. still on my way to like Big White Pine campsite, I hope. But just passed a couple that I passed at the beginning of the trail. They were doing the loop and we just met. They're going the opposite way, so now we just met on the other side of the river. And they had a dog with them who was terrified of me. When I came by the first time, I was even kind of weary of the dog. Like, is this dog gonna bite me? It looks like it's just terrified of me. And then I come by this time, and the dog's my best friend. Wanted me to pet him. I'm like, oh, so you see me twice on the trail, now we're friends. See me once, I'm an enemy. You don't even want to touch me. Don't want me getting near you. I thought it was kind of funny though. It was all excited to see me, like it knew me now. Like, oh, I saw you earlier today. You're cool. So that was kind of funny. It was even more funny to see a couple that I passed earlier in the day. They were doing the loop the opposite way. And they're like, how far away are we from the park? I'm like, about an hour. You ain't got much longer. So, but yeah, kind of cool. Well, I'm at the cut log campsite, and now you see why. Nice little chair cut in the middle of the log, but not a bad site. I wouldn't have wanted to stay here though, because the water source is not close at all. So I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but I'm getting up kind of high now. I'm getting views of Lake Superior through the trees. So I think I'm at about the last half mile, and apparently it goes up to where my truck is on this side, because I went downhill when I started the trail this morning, and now I've been going uphill for, gosh, half an hour probably. So, but like I said, I'm right at the end, so I'll take some video when I get to the trailhead. All right, I'm in my truck. I didn't take any video at the trailhead because when I got to the trailhead, there was a couple with their dog there, and they were a little mixed up with their directions. They were thinking that they were at the trailhead or close to the trailhead at Highway 61, and I'm like, you went the opposite way. You're at the top of the river instead of the bottom of the river now. And they were just terrified. They had the look on their face of like, oh my God, this has already been too big of a hike for us as it is. We're not gonna make it, you know. I'm like, well, I'm parked 100, 200 feet down the road, you know, why don't you guys get in with me with your dog? I'll give you guys a ride back down to the trailhead at the Cascade River State Park. And so that's what I did, you know. So I didn't take any more video because they were in the truck with me and all that, but it seems to be the story up here on the North Shore is people give me rides, I give people rides. So I'm glad that it worked out for them, you know, because I know how that is when you have nothing left and you're spent and you need a ride, you need a ride. So I'm glad I could help them out. It was going to be I probably saved a good 3-4 hours out of their day. So actually more than that, because they said they started the trail at 10 o'clock. So it took them all day to do about 3 miles, maybe 3.5 miles. So it was going to take them, they wouldn't have got back till dark probably, who knows. So it's a good thing I came through and met them at it's a good thing they were at the trailhead right when I was at the trailhead right there, and I could give them a ride. Otherwise they were going to be screwed. But that wraps it up for this hike. Didn't get to the trailhead in video, but I'm in the truck giving video. There's the lake out there right now, looking beautiful. But next hike, I'm not completely sure when or where it's going to be. I know it's the next section on the SHT, but I'm not sure when. It's starting to get cold. I'm not sure if I'm going to camp again unless the nights start to get warmer. But there will definitely be some more hikes coming up. So catch me on the next one.